Hey, how's it going, fellow Trojans and loyal vassals? It is I, Overlord Figmari, here to show you SH Figuarts, female-based body and male-based body. So I'll tell you right now, these are actually meant for the artist in mind, not necessarily a figure collector like me. I say this because the price for these guys are a little bit high for my taste. I got mine on Ami for around $50 each, not including shipping. I'm not sure exactly where you originally get these. If you, I guess on Tamash's website, because on the pamphlet or something, I looked somewhere. It goes for like 30 to 40, but online retailers are selling them for 50 or something like that. It's a little bit pricey because they don't come with much. And there's also a DX version of each one where they're instead of flesh colored like these, they're gray colored, and they come with more accessories, and they're even pricier than these two. I like them because, well, I like the male one because it gets to show off articulation at its finest, and it's pretty cool. The female is actually they both actually come under different names. I think it's kind of cute. The female one is Body-chan, and the male is Body-kun. And here's the box. I'll quickly show you. Right here, this is a female Body-chan. You can see this is more like an artist motif kind of thing going on, where you can use them as mannequins to pose. Pretty fancy stuff. Here's the back, and there's the gray version, the DX version right there. Here's the male one, Body-kun. And then here's this, they came with a little pamphlet, the thing I was talking about, where it shows off the different poses and whatnot you can use. Support posing. Yeah, so this is a DX version that shows you that he comes with like swords or laptop. That's pretty cool. I really like that about the gray one. I don't have it at the moment. I have it somewhere else. It's coming to me. And then here's an example where they have the picture where they have it posed, and then some artist is using it as a starting base to draw. Whoa, what does that sound? I think that was a garbage. And then here's what it, see, look at that. That's a lot of hands, honestly. And you can actually see here's the price. That's a 66,480 yen. In US dollars, I can't really tell you the exact estimate, but I would say that's around $59 or $60. That's just a guess. I don't really know my currency from Japanese yen. Here's the flesh color. So yeah, moving on. I really like the male body a little bit more than the female body. I have my reasons for not really liking this, which I'll get into in a bit. Let me just move you off to the side here. Yoink. Right there, stand still, and then just take a moment and check out, let me focus first. Take a good look at the male Body-kun. Looking nice and clean, man. I think it's kind of funny that he doesn't really have toes, rather that he's supposed to, it looks kind of like he has sneakers or something on. That's interesting. The musculature is pretty basic. You want to know the interesting feature that I like about this guy is actually the head sculpt. For some reason, it just it looks very, I don't know, it looks cool. Maybe that's just me, but I really like it. And the articulation is obviously pretty superb because he is not limited, because he's naked, in a sense. He has a ball joint at the top of the head and at the lower part of the neck, so he has quite a range of movement. Pretty impressive. He has I believe a ball joint inward that's on a hinge. That you can move it out that way, and then you can somewhat get it across his chest. Not as much as I'd like, but you know, it's pretty impressive. He comes with a bicep swivel, as they say, right there, and a double jointed elbow. Although mine doesn't, it should be able to go further, but I think mine's a little stuck. No biggie. He comes with he has a ball hinge, which, by the way, the peg on the wrist is actually relatively small. Look how tiny that is. It is somewhat to be worried if you're going to be switching out his hands, not to put too much pressure on that, or you might end up breaking it. Let's see if I can put it back. There we go. Hear that snap? He has a ball joint at the upper body and the lower body, so you can get that far of a crunch. Really impressive. and that far back. I kind of wish this was actually smoothened out like that. Like, you see how it kind of looks weird when he's, yeah, see like that. Kind of wish that was more smoothed out inwards, so it would look more natural when you have him arching his back. But whatever, that's just a minor thing. He doesn't have ball joints, but instead he has these weird hinge thingamajig where you can go that far up, this far to the side. Not a perfect split, but it's pretty impressive. And he does have a cut at the thigh area, so you can move this side to side. He has a double jointed knee, swish, and he has one of these joints at the ankle, and you can rock it side to side because of the, it has like a, see right there, and a toe hinge. So yeah, not much going on, but it's like pretty damn impressive that for artists, if you have this guy, you can get him in quite a bit of awesome poses. The female, however, I don't necessarily like. Just move you to the side here. So the female, she's very disproportionate. I'll just tell you right now. So when I first saw her, the first thing I noticed is that her chest is a bit too big for the rest of her body. Like, she just seems too lanky to support these. She doesn't have really thighs or like fullness in the thighs or the waist area. And when I got her in the mail yesterday, and the one thing I noticed immediately was how massive her head is. It is like, look at her forehead. Compared to the male, obviously they're not supposed to be the same, but it's like he just seems more proportionate to the rest of his body, whereas her head is just like, it's a chrome dome. I'm sorry, but it is. So when you add up to the head, the chest, and no fullness in the waist, it just seems like, I don't know, the proportions just aesthetically doesn't look very pleasing. Here's a comparison between the Figma female 2.0 body base. As you can see, the obvious difference is that the female Figma, the head is way smaller, it's more proportionate. She has, you can't really tell because she's clear, but she has more, slightly more curvature on the waist going outwards, and her chest area is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, is what I'm trying to say. Gluteus maximus on point. Overall, that's just, I will say, but aesthetically, I don't really like her appearance. However, her articulation, I do love. I can give her props for that, and I do think that is actually slightly better than the Figma female body, just a little bit, specifically in the arm area, and the fact that she does have double jointed elbows, where the Figma only has single jointed elbow. But that's something else. Let me just move that aside. Her only, I guess, limit for me personally is her head articulation. She can't really look that far up for me. It just feels like it feels like I can go farther, but it can't. It also doesn't help that see that the plastic kind of bent when I tried, like, because her neck piece kind of got clipped right there. I had to push it, and then it kind of did that, but that kind of sucks. But she does have ball joints at the top of the head and at the lower neck. She has I can't tell what it is exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as the male, where it's ball jointed on a hinge. But because of the way the separate piece is, you can get it across her chest. Look at that. I will give her that. She can actually get her entire forearm across the chest, which not even the Figma female. I mean, let me see real quick. She can get it because she does have the pullable shoulder thing, but you can pop it out. Well, it's pretty. Okay, so I thought this one was better. I guess they're kind of even in that aspect, but the SH Figuarts one does have double jointed elbows, and she only has single, so I can only, yeah. Anyways, this isn't really a comparison thing, but I just thought that would be interesting. Like I said, she does have double jointed elbow, which is really impressive. I like that because of how lanky she is. I don't know, that just impresses me. She got the same thing as the male, where she's got a ball hinge peg thing, which is even smaller than the male one. Well, I'm not going to show you. I don't want to break it. It just feels a bit too frail for me. She has ball joints at the upper body, and lower body. Get quite a bit of a crunch. Very much an arch. That is impressive. And she has this weird thing where these are actually separate pieces, but they're meant to hide the joint in a sense. She has ball joints actually at the thigh area, unlike the male one. She can get them really high. Look at that. And because this is, yeah, see, it's a separate piece. If that wasn't there, you'd be able to see the joint. But that does a really good job of hiding it. and you can't really get too much side to side action. Well, no, you can get quite a bit. It just feels a little tight on mine. She also has double jointed knees, but it doesn't really come out the second joint right there. See, there's 2 joints, one right there, one right there. Only this part seems to bend, but that doesn't really bother me too much. And she has a same thing as the male, where she has a joint right there, and you can't rock it like that side to side. And a toe hinge, although you can't really tell her, she doesn't really look like she has sneakers on for the male, unlike the male. So I think that's kind of weird. But yeah, I just don't really like her proportions on the female. I don't know, it's kind of one of those things that where if I was gonna get the male, I might as well get the female. But really, I mean, that's just me. I just like the male version better. And they both came with the same set of hands, which would be here. I'll show you the male first. These are like open palmed hands for the male. It's very windy. I don't know if you can hear the wind pushing up against the window. It comes with these dynamic looking hands. It kind of remind me of Revoltech-esque hands. There's that. These are actually different closed fists, where these are more relaxed, I believe. Or no. Are these the relaxed? Crap. Are they? Are these the exact same fist? Don't tell me that's true. Okay, no. This one is an actual fist. This one's more like a relaxed fist. You can't really tell exactly. Yeah, from the side you can kind of see if I can focus. See that? It kind of looks different. This one's more flat. It's the shape of a knuckle. This is more relaxed. But there's that. Put you back there. And he came with these relaxed palmed hands. So there's that. And it's exactly the same for the female, where it has open palmed hands, open palmed dynamic hands, the relaxed palmed hand. These are actually, you can tell these are relaxed because of the way the thumb is shaped. See if I can show you. See the way the thumb is? The thumb is inwards and this one's outwards. There's that. Put you back there, and the opened palmed relaxed hands. So yeah, that's all the hands they came with. I think it would have been cool if they included something similar to a Figma, like let's see, something like this, where you can have your hands in place and hold them like that. That would have been pretty cool. Or heck, even well, I guess I'm pushing my luck here, considering these aren't actually meant to be for figure collectors, just artists in mind. But still, it would have been cool if they had that. Even a stand, but that's besides the point. Overall, these guys are really cool to pose with. If you're an artist, you want to have a mannequin around. I just don't think the price justifies it. I don't know. If you can look for a cheap price, but I don't. These are gonna be one of those things that I think they're just gonna either stay at the same price or go up higher if you don't get them now. So I'd say get them now, or you can wait until Figma releases, because they just literally this morning I checked on Good Smile Company's website. They just released the pre-orders for the Figma neck archetype, or the Figma Next He. I don't remember the exact name. It was the Figma Next He and the Figma Next She female body, kind of like this but not clear, and it's like a flesh colored. They come in flesh colored and gray colored, just like the SH figuarts, but it's way cheaper, like way cheaper. So I'd say if you want, you can just wait for the Figma body. But it's not gonna come out until October of this year. That's like way later on. But that's just what I think. So yeah, I'd say wait for the Figma. If not, you can cough up the $50 and get these guys. But I don't know, I'd say wait for the Figma. That's just me. You got anything else to say, Body-kun? What about you, Body-chan? You think these reviews over? Alright, see you later.